Welcome. Welcome to another segment, a little sharing. What are we sharing? Love, compassion, kindness, forgiveness, ease, grace, contentment, awe, all things good. Tracy is the medium in which collective consciousness is flowing through. Tracy has moved aside, lack of better words, to allow source energy to communicate. How does it all work? A miracle. To some, awe, an expansion of divine. To others, what are you doing? It makes no sense. So the miracles of mediumship. So here we are, as Tracy perceives it, all good things from the heavens above. All good things from the heavens above. This day, we want to share, because it has crossed Tracy's path, that many in this space and time are, we want to say, feeling the sensation of anxiety, feeling the sensation of being overwhelmed, burdened, shackled. The feeling of freedom has disappeared. And so many are finding themselves in the space of just not knowing what to feel, what to do, but what to feel. When one is experiencing anxiety, let's just say an anxiousness, and one's body is truly having a reaction to this anxiousness, and perhaps there is a shortness of breath, perhaps there is just an overwhelming feeling of wanting to just move quickly, get out of where one is, and yet there is so much confinement, it is difficult for that to take place. Sort of like an animal held in a cage, yes? There's going to be clawing, and there's going to be panic, and there's going to be wanting to free themselves. And in this space and time, there are so many who feel that they are living in a cage. And the cage, at one time feeling a little more big, move around a little bit. Now it feels like the bars of the walls are coming together, almost in a space where one cannot move. They feel that there is no movement. When they felt the door perhaps was open or open for a little bit and one could get out. Oh, what? We have to go back to the cage. What are you speaking about? What do you mean? And then ones have to go back retreat into the perceived cage, and the door gets slammed shut, and they think they can come out in a little bit of time. Okay, well, a week, you say? 2 weeks, you say? Okay, I can last that long. I'm okay. I have food and water, etc., etc. I can last for 2 weeks. And then once count down the days, and then what? The cage door is not going to open for another 2 weeks? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I can't stay in here for 2 weeks. You've already put me in here for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks when my whole world is crumbling around me because I cannot find the freedom to do what I wish to do. So many are suffering in this space and time when it comes to their profession, when it comes to their businesses, when it comes to, and there's so much around someone having a business. There is so much around people going to work. And it isn't just about the money, although doesn't that play the biggest part? If I can't get out of this cage and I cannot make money, I cannot live the life I was living. And so many are feeling this way. And this is why we are bringing it forth this day. Because we do talk about love and compassion and kindness and forgiveness. But when ones are feeling we want to say among the chaos, and everyone in their own separate cages, not being able to visit another cage, it is a metaphor, but it is not, because ones are truly suffering under this distinction of feeling shackled to, feeling the whole world is crumbling around their feet, their world, the world that they built, businesses that have been handed down generation and generation. Ones are in the cage watching it all crumble. And so, with that, there is a high level of anxiety. There is a high level of frustration and resentment and anger. Name it. There's so much. There's a whole range there. Some are just sort of pining in the corner, waiting for the door to open, hoping it'll open soon, and totally within themselves, meaning just feeling so less than, so out of control, wanting to do the right thing by staying in the cage. And yet all they want is the door to open. May I have some fresh air, please? May I just go for a walk, please? And it is true, the cage door can open for ones to go for a walk. But really? Really? And then what? How long is the chain that's shackled to the ankle? How far can one truly walk? Before they have to go back to the feeling of being shackled inside a cage. Ones are wanting to scratch their way out, and it is coming forth in their well-being. In their well-being, it is affecting relationships. It is affecting general health, overall health and well-being. It is affecting one's heart space. It is affecting all things that ones once felt free, felt in the freedom of their own life. So many feel they don't even have their own life. And it would make perfect sense from where we are sitting, if you will. The expansion of the divine heavens. And so we want ones to understand that within the cage that you may feel that is preventing you from moving forth in your life. And if you feel your whole world is crumbling around you because you cannot stop it or prevent it, we want you to hear something from the heavens. It is true that all things are a vibration. There is so much, we want to say, vibration, conflicting vibration upon the planet. So you have one, let us just walk with us with this. You have one in a cage that is able to do enough that they are functioning okay. You have another that, well, they get to go out of the cage because of what they do. They get to go out of the cage. They're permitted to go out of the cage to assist others. Let us just say it that way. We want to be very careful because there is so much judgment and so much condemnation. We don't want this coming back upon Tracy. There are others that are in the cage that is so small and they cannot see anyone around them. They cannot speak to anyone. They cannot step out for a walk. And they are just truly collapsing in a heap of loneliness. So you have all these different cages all lined up. Some having more people than one, a family unit, all in one cage, not able to move about. One alone in a cage, not able to move about. One in a family or living alone in a cage and able to move about. You see where we're going. So the vibration for some, it's sort of working out. For some, it's like, well, I get a vacation. I can relax in my cage. Oh, this is quite nice, actually. Don't have to do anything. Or do what you wish to do. We don't mean do anything. And there are others that feel the heaviness and the frustration and the burdens and not understanding why everything I work for, all the years I put in, why am I in this cage when I have done nothing? I have done nothing. I have only worked hard all my life. It is a vibration. When you feel we want to say the sensation, not the feeling of, the sensation of anxiousness, clawing at the cage door, wanting out. One deep breath. And we know it doesn't sound like enough when one's just want another to say, okay, you can open the door and come out. And who is dictating who gets to be locked up and who does not? Ponder that. And oh, if you do this, this, and this, and this, fill in the blank. If you follow these rules, we'll open the cage door for you. Oh, okay, I'll follow that rule, but I don't really want to follow that rule. It doesn't fit well with my well-being. I don't like that rule. I don't want to put myself through that. Oh, well, guess your cage door won't open then. And you'll all have to sit there until you all follow the rules. Does that not sound absurd? Tracy is very surprised at what we are sharing. It sounds absurd. So many are eagerly just walking into their cage because they've been told to. Yeah? Because they have no choice and they want to make the best of it. So there's so many different emotions and feelings around this topic in this space and time. Ones will ask Tracy, what do you think? And we have guided strongly to allow people to make their own judgment about how they wish to feel at any one given time. But we want to share because so many are in the space of wanting to take their own life. There are people suffering so much in their depression, in their anxiousness, in their lethargic days. So many are wanting to end life if they have to live under the feeling of the feelings, or if they have to live in a cage. And why? We would ask from the heavens above. Why has this gone on far too long? If there are deaths to count, it will be in suicides alone. If there are deaths to count, it would be the death of businesses. Who is counting the death of a business that someone has spent their lifetime creating? Or perhaps they just opened and they placed all their savings into this business only to have the door shut out of their control and then be shut into a cage themselves. What is the death count for the drop of well-being? The death of well-being. Who's counting that? When you can find compassion for it all, and it would not be easy, and we almost don't even want to share, because it would sound absurd to find compassion when you are feeling that you are stuck in a cage. But if you do, and you find love, and you find forgiveness towards it all, and not easy to do at all under these conditions. What is the death count for separations of family? What is the death count for divorces? What is the death count on something other than transitioning from physical to non-physical? What else is dying? The human spirit. What is the death count for the human spirit dying? We will share the best we can. Bring forth your divine loving light. And if everyone that felt they were in a cage just reached within and placed a little bit of compassion, and it doesn't take a lot, and some forgiveness, and it doesn't take a lot. We have shared time and time again, loving light trumps all. And we understand, ones feel that it is love to stay in the cage. It is love not to go and visit the neighbor. It is love not to fill in the blank. What is the death count to the human race that has nothing to do Bring forth your love the best you can. Bring forth your compassion the best you can. Bring forth kindness and forgiveness the best you can under any condition you are experiencing at this space and time. It diminishes the darkness and it's healing. Love heals the physical body. Love heals the mind. Love heals. Anger and resentment only feeds into it. It's all a vibration. Send your loving light outwards, even if it feels just small. Send loving light, and it will be extended to the one that wants to end their life. We are asking, we are guiding in this space and time when all feel so lost and empty and anxious and frustrating and rage and confined. We are asking that everyone finds a gentle moment to place their love forth. One inhale of divine Mother Earth, and it diminishes the darkness, it diminishes the upset, it diminishes the anger and the haste and the frustration and resentfulness. Name it what you will. There's so much going on. But we want to share. We are almost not begging or pleading, but just to convey a message of understanding, because we do understand that there's so many feeling so different about the one thing. We are sharing to place love upon it all. So the cage door will lift, will open, will dissolve. Place love forth, and the world will heal. We cannot say it any other way. And we will share. Tracy is more than surprised at this conversation. But today is the day. Today is the day that we share the same message we have always shared in every video. We have always, and Tracy's getting anxious because she feels the fear and she feels the heartbreak and she feels the restrictions and she feels that years of dedicated sharing and work not crumbled, but not flourishing. To flourish, place love. Take care of yourself. Take good care of yourself and the others around you the best you can. It is all vibration. Love, compassion, kindness, forgiveness. That is all we share, because that is the answer. We have said it time and time and time and time and time and time and time again. Love is the answer. Love is always the answer. Love in all ways is the answer. And naturally, under the umbrella of love, compassion is the answer. Kindness is the answer. Forgiveness is the answer. So many are wanting to end their lives. Who is counting that? What are those numbers? Turn off the media. Find a gentle spot to go within and shine your light as brightly as you can, any moment that you can. And healing on the planet will be. Healing within oneself will be. Love is the answer. There is divine, great love for you. Thank you. I was not expecting that. And I just want people to know that my heart does break, and it is broken. Let's find our love. Let's hold one another in love and in light.